everyone.
I think we're live, Terry.
Welcome to Unsealed and Revealed, everyone. I'm Terry Smith. I'm your host for the day. With me, hanging out all the way over on the other side of the planet, it feels like.
All the way on the other side of the screen. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Unsealed and Revealed. Terry, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
It looks like you've got a little, you're in your own Sideshow Con there with all the items you got there.
Yes. I've got a lot going on here.
Oh, well, it's really good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, just so you know, we are live everywhere. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, the Let Your Geek Set Show Facebook group, Twitch, Periscope, Navarro, any Imperial outpost. We're live everywhere. If you guys have any questions, I am live moderating here today in the booth. So if you guys have any questions for Guy or Terry, let me know. Oh, Terry? Can you hear us?
Cool. Yeah. Sorry, man. I had some weird lagging issues going on.
Oh, no problem.
I've got to admit that it was totally my fault. I didn't realize that I had a YouTube window open, so that I was actually hearing us on delay. So I couldn't tell if it was
just a big fan of the show,
or if it was you talking or past you talking to me.
Did
a little bit of time traveling here on
always.
Unsealed Revealed, which I think is a first for the show. And I'm quite comfortable with the idea of time travel, but not in the middle of all this stuff. I mean, I would like to be able to travel back in time where I could actually be at a con.
Right.
But I've been watching from home, and seeing what you guys have been doing here is a very suitable substitute. In fact, I told producer Alan that I might just want to participate in cons this way going forward from now on. So
nice. Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
I have to say that there's something I do realize though that there's something missing here. I'm looking around for my buddy Guy, and I don't see him. Is he? Did he not make it in today?
You know, I couldn't get Guy to sit still. But he is here. How you doing, Guy?
I'm doing great, Paul. Hey, Terry, how you
Oh,
doing?
hey, Guy. You're not even at the table, man. You're already. You couldn't wait. You dove right into things.
The chair is there. I'm not there. I'm here on the floor. This is awesome.
He is not the man in the chair, ladies and gentlemen. Guy Klender is not the man in the chair.
This is incredible, Terry. There is stuff to be able to see it, live like this is great. To be able to have no glass behind it. You're not impeded by trying to get around people. To be able to get this type of look is really cool.
No one can stop you from playing with your toys.
Yeah, and I've only just walked in. I only got to see the first one, and this was one I was really digging on. Have you seen this yet?
I have not, man. I don't know how I missed it in yesterday's coverage. Probably when I got up to refill my tea or something. But
yesterday I purposely didn't want to see any of the sixth and the things. I muted it so I wouldn't know, because I said I really wanted to have that experience. But this is one when they announced it, I was digging on. I know you and I have each talked about the 3.0 stuff and the stuff that they're doing in diecast, that DXL. So this one here is their Hulkbuster. And he, like the others, is going to be ridiculously articulated, all in the legs and everything. And like the one we've seen in 6 scale, it will open up and be able to show the figure inside.
Oh, that is
which
really
is neat.
exciting. And
And then you also have, separately, they do make the figure as well. But to have all of this articulation, and this to me has that kind of, right when he calls for it, and it lands, boom, that fresh paint job. The red on here.
I'm calling for Hanukkah.
Yeah, exactly. The red on it really pops on there. Those hints of that slightly dulled, aged gold.
Yeah.
And all of that. It's just, I mean, the design of the suit was incredible. And I know for some individuals, a 6 scale and something like that was huge. It's about 28 inches high. This one here is a little under 12. He's in a slight crouch here, but if you had him straight up, it's about 11 3/4 inches tall.
So much more shelf friendly.
Exactly. He is more shelf friendly. So I'm really liking this scale, and I'm curious to see where they may go with these, with Iron Man and other figures in this scale, but just really super cool. And the idea that I'm going to have a lot of different posability options, and all of that articulation that we get, and something like this in diecast. So it's going to be a hefty piece, but yeah, like you said, shelf friendly. I like that term. I'm going to keep that.
I think I've used it before. Either way, I think I'm the first person that I heard use it, but I'm sure that I'm not the only person who does. But shelf. They're shelf stable and then they're shelf friendly, and let's hope that this thing is both, because that looks really, really amazing.
Yeah.
And I missed out on getting the 6 scale Hulkbuster, so this might actually be a suitable sub.
You know, I know that you have a multiple of collections, and now you're, what am I going to do scale wise? And I only have so much room.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's cool.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get this one. This was an instant click and order for me. Okay.
Now, if I can just make a request moving forward here, I think I told you yesterday that my collecting goal, my display goal for my collection right now is the theme for it is going to be Mandalorian arcade. I've got a lot of 6-scale arcade, 1980s arcade machines here in the house.
Okay.
And I really want to have a display of just a bunch of Mandalorians playing video games.
Okay.
So I understand that there's quite a lot of offerings from the Hot Toys Mandalorian line there that we may be able to get a close look at.
So I'm told, and let's walk back. Let's check it out.
Yeah, walk that way.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully
I think we should start with something that's really neat to have is the dioramas. We all want to kind of create, even though we can do a great pose or something, there's something neat to be able to kind of put it in an environment, and to see an environment done like this is really neat. This is definitely one I'm going to have. The little light up.
They really add another level to the presence of a display. There are several different ways that you can display a collection, obviously. I've chosen to go with the one figure per shelf in the DTOF method, which I think is just really classy and simple. But if you really, really want to sell it and just bring home how much these things look like they walked right off of a set, the best thing you can do is just add that 6-scale set piece like what we're seeing here.
Yes, I'm glad to see that we are returning to getting those dioramas. I know when I was beginning my high-end 6-scale collection, there were a lot of diorama and environment pieces available. And so I'm glad that we're seeing this again. And of course, Mandalorian, what makes it so neat and what you and I have talked about is that taking what we know and love and bringing it back into it. It's a simple thing, but this right here.
I love the depth to it. There's actually a hallway that goes into it.
Yeah, the little crates and things like this that we had in those original films that were, some quickly put together prop that the guys designed, and yet become so iconic.
I'm gonna need a whole warehouse full of those.
Yeah, exactly. I said you could just get me those and the blue crates and things like that. I could be all over that. So I'm excited to learn what we're going to get on this, and it does look like that it's not going to be constructed that it's really, really heavy. So yes, it's going to take some space, but I don't think you're going to have to reinforce all of your collection there. And this was an incredible first meeting of that, and to have that the original Mando, or what you and I have referred to as the pilot. And if you didn't pick him up, you can now get him with the blurg. You can even have him ride the blurg in here.
Oh, I'll have that too.
Yeah.
I also love the eyeball thing. That's just really, really cool that we have that. But I also noticed, speaking of props, and I'm all about the vehicles when it comes to Star Wars. But I happen to see that you're standing next to a swoop bike.
Yep, that's you and I got to take a peek at it for Star Wars Week. This is my favorite. The speeder bikes, when I was a kid, and those happened in Jedi, I loved. What I think is really neat about this one is the very hands-on kind of put together. Maybe not all of these pieces were originally supposed to be part of a bike. It looks like that kind of customized garage bike.
Yeah. Which is very popular right now. Custom cafe racers have really, in the past 10 years, have really been on the rise. And,
exactly. This also has some of the greatest weathering I've seen. When you have your front fins here, and I'm sure Sam's getting great work on it, as you're seeing that mud and dirt that's hit the fin while it's going through, speeding and hitting.
At a ridiculously high rate of speed.
Yes, but you're also seeing those wonderful rivets, the bolts. You can almost see the Allen wrench that would be used for it, which is spectacular. It's just a different look than we've seen with the Imperial ones, which had a very sleek and similar look, but that wasn't a kind of thrown together, as you said, garage bike. Take a look that we've got colors that look like the rust. Remember, this is one that he borrows from somebody. Hey, do you still have that?
Yes.
Even the kind of rust that's on the foot pedal here. Okay, the ability to have his long gun lay over top. This kind of like mushroom cap is just fun, and then the incredible scratching on those hands. I think it's so neat, so neat. And I'm loving that these are now on a dynamic stand like this, because I know you and I got to play around to really kind of bank it and twist it, and I think we're going to get to do a lot of that same kind of thing with something like this. This was another instant. What I like, our first windswept ear look. No matter
that's
what,
exciting.
Yeah, no matter what danger he's
it's adorable.
in, he's excited about it. He's just loving on it. And I like that a lot. Isn't that beautiful?
It really is, dude. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to get my hands on it and see what kind of action poses I can get with that thing. Have it banking, or just have him just. There's that bit in the first episode of the second season where he's just like coasting through town on the back of it, like a in a western, the cowboy just riding into town, and everybody's just like checking him out, like wondering what he's all about. But he's. But his manner is just like, he's just like just like slouched and just like checking everything out, like making sure that nobody's coming for him or whatever. But it's really captures the Western vibe of the series. I'm happy to have that represented in my collection. I'm sure that other fans will be too.
You could almost hear that kind of loud motor rumble guy going into the thing, like you said, with the bike. I love that shot. And I remember when we saw this the first time, I wondered, how would it look? I mean, to be able to say, even if I posed it from the back on a shelf, you know exactly what that shot is pretty incredible. Most people probably aren't going to just show the back end of it, but the weathering on this is by far some of the most superior we've seen.
Well, while we're talking about bikes, I couldn't help noticing over your shoulder that there is what appears to be another one off in the corner.
You mean that one over there?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can you go over there? Just like walk over.
I haven't even walked here yet, and I am excited about it. This was the bike I fell in love with as a kid. And
look at it.
Loved every version that we could get of it. Again, you're getting that wonderful aging and hit, but as we talked about with the Swoop versus this one here, this does have that sleek, more factory, higher end bike feel to it than the Swoop.
It's got the clean industrial look that you've come to associate with the Empire. They wanted that stuff to leave an impression. They want their suits to leave an impression, their vehicles to leave an impression, that impression being fear, and this thing does look menacing.
Exactly.
It's like, don't try to escape it. You won't. It's going to run you down, and it's going to... Those veins in the front look like they can just slice and dice the ribbon.
I love it. You got the bedroll on the back, which is done out of the fabric. Then
I love a good bedroll.
Yep. If we take a look at the figure, we do have that, as you talked about, that kind of clean armament. But remember, he's been hitting through things and whacking things. So even here, up like on the shoulder pauldron here, things like that, you get that hint of dirt and scuff. And then the difference of material, what was so neat about the Biker Scout was that you had kind of that armored plastic look that we were used to, as well as kind of a soft fabric. We had that, kind of cummerbund with the large pockets around the waist, or we had the soft kind of coverings for the top over by the...
Which really does nothing for your silhouette when you wear one, by the way. I thought I should point that out.
No. But
if a camera adds 10 pounds, a cummerbund adds 20.
Yeah, I'm going to have to lean out a lot more before I wear the outfit, but hopefully for the next convention, I can wear this one because it is one of my favorite outfits, and I think it's fantastic. I loved when we got to see it in Mandalorian, and there is those subtle changes that are done in the outfit, and this is great. And then we've got that base down below. So each
definitely adds some curb appeal.
Yeah, so exactly. So we've got
putting that in the environment.
The Swoop and this one here both have distinct bases that are just their own. And again, we're going to be able to do that intense banking. You look underneath and see the blaster. It's just got so much going on. I'm excited to get this.
I bet.
I'm not sure how many I'm going to get because there were a lot of them. And
you're going to get multiple speeder bikes? That's crazy talk.
Well, I mean, we had, Luke was on one, and Leia was on one, and Wicket was on one, and these guys are on others. I mean,
Actually, you just nailed it. I think that of all the figure speeder bike combos that you've mentioned here, I think Wicket on that speeder bike.
You want the Wicket?
One to do.
The elevated
and I don't
Wicket?
think it was Wicket. I think that it was somebody else. It was like Tebow or something like that. I can't.
Was
remember
it Tebow?
the characters. I can't remember the Ewok's name. It was one of the other characters. It was one of the others. I don't think it was Wicket though.
Nonetheless, I am looking forward to it. I want my Ewok on there.
That's great. We got a little bit of Jedi, a taste of Jedi here today.
Yes.
Can we bounce back over to some Mandalorian stuff?
Back to some Mando.
There's a lot of buckets over there.
Oh, there is a ton of buckets. My favorite that we got to see a release of and now is up for pre-order, and I smashed that button as quick as humanly possible, was the Armorer.
I had originally told you that I wasn't going to pre-order that, but I did.
Oh, I don't know why you hesitated.
No sales resistance.
I don't. You don't really lie to me too often, but that one there I think was a mild fib.
I try to set limits for myself, Guy. I just don't always succeed. In fact, more often than not, I don't.
I think when it comes to Mandalorian, you and I are not going to be able to stay in our limits. What I like about this in so many ways is, again, we talked about when we first walked over here about those dioramas and environments, and having this simple backdrop like this to show her workstation.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it gives it that extra bit. So if this is perhaps the only figure that you get from this one here, that it still has that standalone shelf presence like that. And she is so incredible. The
character has there's a lot of mystery surrounding that character for me. I'm not entirely sure, and they haven't really revealed exactly what her status is. Is she basically a high priestess, or is she? I mean, it's clear that they consider being a Mandalorian to be just a religion, basically, and they are something of a cult. But I'm really interested in seeing just what her role is. Is there anybody above her? I've got a lot of questions about their organization and where it goes. I guess what I'm saying is I'm really looking forward to seeing her return to the show.
What I like about this is if we take some real quick close-up looks in that, is we're used to seeing the Beskar armor and that kind of silver metallic, but look at this. This is that warm kind of copper bronze tint to the chest and even up on the arms, and then you've got the dark brown leather around the midsection, which we'll kind of call the apron. Then you've got the fur on the back. And then that bronzed out antique helmet that's given just enough paint and weathering that it really shows off the detail. And this is different with the kind of spikes and even the way in which that kind of T visor that we're used to that we see in this. So I'm really excited to get this. This was an instant order.
She has something of a primal quality to her appearance, I think. That you could almost imagine that she's much older than she is, or perhaps that armor has been handed down. I think it was Bo-Katan that mentioned that her armor has been in her family for 3 generations. You can almost get the sense that this armor has been in her family for far longer. So I just love the vibe of it. That the whole notion of being a Mandalorian is just ancient, and yeah, it just has a whole new dimension to it, a 4th dimension, if you will. But what's going on? I love that. I can't stop ogling right now the Death Watch Mandalorian to her right, on my left.
Oh yes, and it's got to have that dynamic stand to get. That's the neat part. Is I think just about every Mandalorian figure we're going to see, we're probably going to be having those dynamic stands that gives it that height and flight. You see that this one also has the little flight attachments to the flame that you can put onto the pack there to give that. But I like that there is this one here.
I like that blaster.
I love that style of blaster.
Unique.
When we talk about the small amounts of things that are done that really set it off, just the light bit of dirt that's on the boot, showing that maybe in the air a lot, but there's landing and fallen into there. I think this is really neat. I'm very excited to add. I'm adding every Mando. Every Mandalorian version. I'm pretty darn good. I think I've got everything that's come out so far. You and I think both have every version of Boba that's been done, so I don't think you and I are going to stop anytime soon.
I know fans have been clamoring for what's in front of that Mandalorian right there, and that being the super battle droid.
The super battle droid.
Yeah, from the prequel trilogies, also from Star Wars, the Clone Wars. It's really exciting to see that Hot Toys has actually endeavored to take on the challenge of bringing this thing to life.
Yeah,
and I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, they're
hulking, menacing. It's a tank. It's a walking tank.
And that's what they were. And when you looked at the things that it's neat that you bring up tank, because we had the AT-AT and the AT-ST and this and the other. We always talk about how they would do large things with like smaller legs or something like that. And even when it came time to Super Battle Droid or even the regular battle droids, it was very much the same. I really like what it's got going on with it, where it has those long. It kind of has that bodybuilder look.
I can't remember I can't remember. It's a mesomorph body style.
With the hulking mass body there, and
yeah.
This is done in that metallic
Dude's
look.
got some traps.
Yeah.
Definitely no neck. Definitely no neck.
No neck.
Yeah.
It's
very, very much an armory building quality to this. I mean, if anybody who has the means and the space, picking up a few of these to go with an army of battle droids, just the regular B1 battle droids.
Yeah.
That's really going to have some shelf presence.
Well, the other thing is this is a different type paint job than we've seen on some of the other metals. We're used to seeing.
You brought that up. Go.
We're used to seeing kind of the shiny, kind of things like that, and the battle droids weren't shiny. These weren't a chromed character or anything like that. They did have that steel, hardcore, as we said, bodybuilder type look, and that in here is really, really neat to see that in there. And it does have that hint of weathering around all of the edges. But it doesn't look like he's been beat up too much. He's probably won
fresh. Yeah,
probably won every battle. And then you've got on the arms where he has his double blasters that are attached. Those do have the bright chrome, so it is neat that we get those differences of color. And you see that with the underlighting, some of the lighting we have here, that it does, even though it's kind of that matte metallic, it still does a nice reflection of it. Have you seen what's next to the battle droid?
Are you talking about to his left, my right? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, a pretty important character.
Yeah, I am. Of course, I was just thrilled. First there were the rumors.
Yes,
and then there was more rumors, and then we actually got the episode, that amazing episode directed by the incomparable Dave Filoni of The Mandalorian, in which we see the return of and the live action debut of the incomparable Ahsoka Tano, brought to life by Rosario Dawson in a way that is unparalleled in my mind to an animated character being brought into live action. I'm just so excited to have this represented in my collection in the future. Look how good it looks, Guy. It's so cool.
I don't think I'm reaching here when I say that Ahsoka is, in the world of Star Wars, your favorite character. She's the one that you're most intrigued by. Am I correct?
I haven't actually taken the time to think it through, but yeah, I think it's probably pretty close. I have loved Ahsoka from day one. I loved the idea of Anakin having a Padawan. I love the idea of that Padawan being young and having her very own maturation myth, her own story, her own arc, and the beauty of it is that she has come to be one of the most beloved characters in Star Wars lore. That's almost universal for amongst fandom.
Yeah,
she has really come into her own, both in the story and in the fandom, and I'm just so thrilled about that.
It's we're talking about
validation.
Yeah, we're talking about being at conventions and this and the other, and I remember when it first started, and you would see young girls and people with the wardrobe, and to see how it's progressed as a character and designs, and you just see so many people. So I know this is a big love. I also like that we're going to get kind of that mix. We're going to get that soft body there that's going to be able to show off the shoulders. The portrait on this is absolutely amazing.
Yep.
What I'm liking here is take a look at the fabric for the cut and sew, that you have that pattern in it. Also the shoes. The shoes, now I haven't touched it at all, but they look like they are that fabric with that split toe.
Yeah.
And the tread underneath. That's going to be a tread watch that you and I are going to be very, very excited about.
Yeah. We're running a little short on time. I would really like to, if we could, there's a trio of Mandalorians with her right there that I would just like to get, and we're getting our first look at 2 of them.
Yes, you mentioned Bo-Katan, and I know you and I, again, click the smash button to order. I like that all 3 of them have the similar base, that we can almost create that scene.
Yes.
When we did see these 3, we have Kosha and Axe, I think it's absolutely fantastic. I love the blue coloring on these. I like them as a unit. I think this is a spectacular trio to have.
I mean, it's really the most impressive trio of figures that in recent memory for me. I had no hope whatsoever. I mean, I was excited about the prospect of them potentially doing it, but I never imagined that they actually would develop these 2 characters to pair with Bo-Katan, so to speak.
That's
really
the fun thing that we're getting is characters that we've only seen a little bit of, that we love their story.
Hot Toys is all in.
Hot Toys is all in. I think the one that has excited me the most is behind these guys, and that is Cobb.
Hit it once. Yeah, go ahead, show me. As soon as I heard that voice coming up from underneath that helmet, as a massive fan of Justified and Deadwood, I was like, no. I had no inkling he was going to be on the show, and when he took that helmet off, I just lost it.
What I think is so neat about this is it brought so many things around. I mean, we'd all speculated and hoped that Boba Fett was still around and what had happened to Boba Fett. And then when we see this armor, but we go, wait a second, that's not, I don't think that's him. What's going on? There were so many questions, and it was such an incredible character. We got to see the Krayt Dragon, which of course we had seen in the original film just as a skeletal remain up on the ridge. Yeah. So to be getting that, I'm really excited to have this, and then to then pair this probably very close to the repaint Boba Fett on the throne, another one. I mean, we are getting so many Mando figures, and they're great.
Cool. Awesome. So that's pretty much it for the Mandalorian display. Paul, how are we doing?
I think Paul is overwhelmed.
Hey, guys.
Having to listen to the 2 of us.
I'm also here. I mean, I don't get to hang out down there with Guy. I get to look at it from over here. Yeah. Once again, living vicariously through Guy. Hey, Guy, can you come up here?
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I forgot you were here.
Oh, it happens that more often than not. Hey, Guy, could you come up here?
I'm coming up there.
We got a little present for you here.
While Guy's on his way up, I feel like I should point out that another show that I participated in for Sideshow is a little game show called Strike a Pose. It's a web series in which several contestants will participate in a 6-scale figure posing battle royale, if you will. We've done 3 seasons of Strike a Pose, and now we're up to an all-new season, and I'm excited to say that there's a lot of new stuff going on. We've got there's several fun format changes. There are different ways that people can earn additional points. We've got some bonus secret challenges to throw into the mix. There's even some behind-the-scenes commentary featuring yours truly. So I've seen the first episode already. I'm really excited about it. I hope that you'll tune in. I think it's going to be dropping at 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time on this show right here on Sideshow's YouTube channel. So looking forward to everybody tuning in and seeing that. It's Thursday? Yes, yeah. Thank you, Thursday. For some reason, I was thinking that today was Wednesday, and I don't know why. So you say you've got a surprise for Guy? Is
that right? A small one.
Hey.
Terry, I'm sure you were saying something, Terry. I have no clue what you were saying. I zoned out. You have incredible dulcet tones, and I always like to hear it. So it was just, I'm here with the dude.
Yeah, you are.
It's pronounced
Look at
Paul.
that thing. It really,
yes,
really
it's pronounced Paul.
Thank you, though.
It's when they announced that they were going to do this, I remember it was a teaser that they were, can you guess what it is? And it was just the little stuff that was on the bowling alley, the ad, and I went,
oh, right.
Oh my God, is it the dude? and I did this immediately and got told, hey, you're not supposed to say that. They thought I knew because I was just that into it.
think he can.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're going to get him, wonderful facial hair. I appreciate
incredible
this facial hair.
The figure.
One of my, I love that there are multiple versions of his White Russian.
Yeah.
Because not only does he drink them, he drinks them in multiple locations. So it's not just in his house. It's I go to Paul's house and Paul makes a spritzer for me. It's in a different glass than in my house, and I order at a bar. And it's a different. So
nice.
The fact that there are so many different ones is great. I love that we have the sweater. What's surprising is I think people kind of forget that he changes clothes a lot.
Constantly.
He's constantly.
But this is his like iconic look.
This is such an iconic look,
Right.
and to have the jellies, and to have the jelly shoes. Now I do have a lot of white V-neck T-shirts.
Right.
I do have this sweater. In fact, my puppy
Yeah.
has this sweater. Mm-hmm. I have the pants, but I don't
Henry.
have any jellies, so perhaps I'll have to get those.
Oh,
Before
we'll get you some.
before we do a deep dive.
Yeah, we'll get you some jellies.
into that. He's even got the leather bowling bag. I'm going to spin that around.
Yeah, the people are asking for a classic Unsealed Revealed tread watch. We can't move him. They can see the jellies.
Yeah, should
No, we're not moving them.
Yeah, we're not gonna move it.
We're not touching them.
For those
Yeah,
of you,
that's-
if you have worn jellies, or if you did wear jellies in the late '80s and early '90s, they have a very limited tread. It's just a little bit of wiggle.
Right.
These predated, a lot of the slides
Crocs.
and things like that, and Crocs and things like that. So
Now they are called jellies, but are they comfortable? Because jellies makes it sound comfortable. I don't know if those shoes look comfortable.
No, they actually are.
All right.
They actually are. They do breathe
Yeah.
quite a bit because
Yeah.
of the way they are. Yes, I will definitely don a pair if I can find them. Look at the
I love the bowling bag so much.
bowling bag and we're getting that leather look in it. This isn't sculpted. That's a soft good.
Yep, it is.
With a functioning zipper.
Is there a functioning bowling ball on the inside?
I believe there is a bowling
yes,
ball.
if you look at the
Yeah, there
the
better be.
product description has
Yeah.
that it does have the bowling ball as well. Now the sunglasses, I'm going to spin that around. The sunglasses that are on the portrait are removable
Yep.
as well. This is going to be such a neat figure. Wow, Paul. I didn't know this is what you were going to
A
do.
second, a 1 minute pre-order for you.
Oh,
First minute.
Yeah. This was they're going to do the dude. They're going to do the dude.
Like, guy, you can't use my
Yeah,
laptop to pre-order. I need this for work.
I've hurt myself clicking that quickly.
The pre-order button.
Yeah, you have to bandage it. But this is going to be a neat one to do on Unsealed for you and I, for us, and just for anybody that's getting it. I know there's been some fans when this was announced.
Yes.
Went nuts. This is going to be cool. This is going.
But we knew, and the super producer Alan wanted to be like, well, let's surprise Guy, because we know you really wanted to see the dude.
Yes. Yeah. It's fantastic. This is great. I can't wait to.
And I believe there's a collector's edition and a deluxe as well. The deluxe has
has
some more fun accessories.
Has a separate hand sculpt.
It does have a
An
separate
individual
hand sculpt.
separate hand sculpt.
Yes.
With accessory.
With an accessory.
So yes, definitely. Anytime you can get a deluxe or an exclusive, I always make sure I get. It's more options. Whether or not you choose to use it or not, I think the fun part of what we've talked about with 6 scale is the ability to keep going back.
Right.
It's like when statues will have the 2 portraits.
Right.
That even though it's a statue and in kind of a static look,
Right.
that you do have that
Yeah,
ability.
it depends on how you feel that day. Maybe you want
Exactly.
to pose it with the alternative hand.
Yeah, with
sculpt.
the alternative hand. It's a Tuesday, so it's an alternative hand day. That kind of thing. So look at this guy. He's going to be so much fun.
I do love Cynthia May. I got your comment, and she says Crocs are jellies perfected.
Okay.
All right.
All right. There we go.
That would be his logical next step. Is probably some Crocs.
Is that their tagline now?
It is. It's Cynthia's.
Cynthia's
It's
got
Cynthia's,
that.
that's
I
for
think
sure.
if they shot a sequel to The Big Lebowski, fingers crossed, but not a whole lot of hope. But if they shot a sequel to The Big Lebowski, I'm pretty sure we'd probably see the dude wearing Crocs.
Right.
Yeah, I would.
yeah.
It's definitely dude wear. It's definitely dude wear.
Of course, that
approve.
assumes that the
dude
dude
abides.
actually evolves. The dude abides, but does
He
the
would
dude
abide
evolve?
by that.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
question. Yeah.
Oh, this is neat.
Yeah, I concur. Absolutely. It's yeah. And I have to say, you brought up the bowling alley guy. When I moved to LA a decade ago, I was just like, I've got to go see the bowling alley, and I was heartbroken when I found out that it had been torn.
Yeah, that it.
Oh no.
That it had closed down.
Just destroyed me, man. I was like, oh, good, we can go bowl in the bowling alley and Big Lebowski.
I have a picture of myself wearing the sweater and the V-neck in front of what was his apartment. That still exists.
Okay. That's next time I'm out there, we're gonna have to go there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Taking my toys to silly locations is
Who's
definitely
that guy?
become
It's just Guy.
it's become a new, yeah. It's
He's
just
chill.
become a thing.
He's super chill.
Sir, are you playing with your toys on my yard?
It's like,
I'll be done in a moment. Just doing this scene.
Yep, almost done.
Well, speaking of almost done, we're about ready to wrap up the show here. I'm going to pass it off to Paul really quick. Paul, do you have any more updates that you'd like to provide just to help our viewers know what's coming up for the rest of the day today and even the
Yes,
week?
we have a stacked day, everyone. Head over to side.show/ boom, day 2 schedule. And that's everything you're going to need to know for today. In just a moment, we've got live from Sideshow Con, where we've got some really great interviews with some people that work around Sideshow that you would have never known otherwise if it was not for Sideshow Con. We're interviewing Jerry Vanderstelt about his new Indiana Jones art print. We have so much that we've got planned. I'm just stay tuned wherever you're watching now, whether that's YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every time you actually like this video live, the dude gets another White Russian. So,
which is great.
Yeah, we got to keep him hydrated.
Yeah. It's important to hydrate.
It sure is.
It very
Glad
well
you said
is.
that because I was missing your weekly every time comment, Paul. I'm glad that you brought it in under the wire right there at the home stretch.
I got it in. Contractually
cool.
obligated. Awesome. I got it in.
Indeed. That's it for this special Sideshow Con episode of Unsealed and Revealed, everyone. Make sure that you tune in about this time next week when we're going to be up and wrapping an all-new figure that has yet to be identified. It's a mystery to both me and Guy, and it will have to remain so for you. Just keep watching, keep tuned into your various social media networks to find out what other great offerings Sideshow has going on for Sideshow Con throughout the rest of the week. And after we've all recovered, after a nice and restful weekend, one hopes, then we're going to be, we'll hopefully see you here next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Till next time, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Bye, everyone.